All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to JQLFC. Sorry for my attire. I just came back from the gym. I just left the gym. I just had my workout, my third one for the week, and so I didn't have time to really change and just do a proper recap. But for this video, I'm just going to recap quickly the round of 32 because as of the time of this recording, in a few hours' time, we're going to start off the round of 16. So I'll just make this quick and kind of give you my views about the round of 32, try to give you my predictions for the round of 16, and just end the video by talking a bit about the transfer market for Liverpool. So let's recap with the round of 32. I think we have a few highlights, if you will. Right, the first ones are obviously the big shocks. Germany and the Netherlands are out. They are out of the World Cup. Round of 32. That's a very, very bad stage to leave the World Cup, albeit it is the first knockout phase, if you will. But to lose, and not just lose on penalties. You see, this is where people are really going to be talking about this World Cup for a multitude of reasons, a multitude of talking points. One and two of which would be Germany losing a penalty shootout for the first time in their World Cup history. That is historic. That is just crazy. The Netherlands also losing on penalties, although they have lost before, but to go out in the round of 32. See, while Germany lost to Paraguay on penalties, that, speaking of which, that should not have happened. No one predicted that this would happen. The Netherlands actually had the lead against Morocco in that match, in the round of 32 match, right? But Morocco equalized in the stoppage time of the second half. I think it was the 91st minute, and they played to the extra time. Nothing happens. But when the penalty shootout came in, the Netherlands messed up. The Netherlands just did not do well in their penalty shootout. So that's the first highlights of this World Cup's knockout phase. Other results like England, they barely scraped through against DR Congo. World Cup debutants, obviously, and for Congo to even make it to the round of 16, sorry, not round of 16, round of 32. They could have gone through the round of 16 because they took the lead against England, but thanks to a Harry Kane double in the latest stage of the second half, England have survived and they're now going to the round of 16 where they're going to face Mexico. I'll get to that in a minute. The other one, Belgium versus Senegal in the round of 32. And Senegal were 2-0 up. And they were cruising. They were on their way to the round of 16. But out of nowhere, Belgium just fought back. Scored 2 goals in 5 minutes. Actually, starting from the 86th minute. 89th minute, they equalized, forcing the match to extra time. And the last minute penalty and the last minute of extra time for Belgium. Unlucky for Senegal. It's very cruel, but sometimes that's how things go. And eventually, Belgium won 3-2. But these two countries, they barely escaped the round of 32 against African countries. Nonetheless, the only African countries remaining in this round of 16, there are two of them. Morocco, as I mentioned, Morocco just beat the Netherlands. Egypt is the other one. And I know he's no longer a Liverpool player; he's a free agent. But it's good to see Mo Salah going into the round of 16 by beating Australia on penalties, 1-1. And Australia leaving is the end of the Asia Pacific representation in this World Cup because Japan lost to Brazil 2-1. Who else? The Korea was out of the group stage. They didn't make it to the round of 32. That was really bad if you're for the Republic of Korea. The other countries, Asian countries, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Qatar, they're all out in the group stage as well. It was same for Uzbekistan. So Asia Pacific is no longer represented in the round of 16. But but there are two big highlights, obviously. The first big highlight, Portugal, Croatia, and Cristiano Ronaldo. I wouldn't say living to fight another day, but because he did equalize for Croatia, because Croatia took the lead. They scored CR7 scored a penalty, equalized. He got subbed out, but Portugal managed to get a last minute winner. But Croatia could have equalized. Actually, they did equalize, but unfortunately, the goal was rightfully ruled offside. Croatia is going to be feeling that they were hard done by, but the referee's decision was the right one. The VAR decision, they got it right. I genuinely appreciate the VAR check for this World Cup, and the technological advancement that has been shown in this World Cup. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. So Portugal are through, but the main highlight, just this morning or last night, depending on which time zone you are, and let's take this moment to really say obrigado to Cape Verde. Let's take this time to just acknowledge the resilience and the fighting spirit of Cape Verde, because they went against the defending champions Argentina and Lionel Messi, and everyone thought that Argentina was going to steamroll through Cape Verde in 90 minutes, but that was not the case, was it? Yes, Lionel Messi scored the first goal in the match. I think it was about 30th minute. But in the second half, Cape Verde equalized, forcing the game to extra time. And then in extra time, there was even more drama, because even though Argentina scored in the 92nd minute, that means the second minute of extra time, before the first half of extra time, probably the goal of the tournament so far, Cape Verde equalized. What a curler. Go back and watch the highlights if it's available in your country. Go back and watch the highlights. That second equalizer, what a strike. What a strike. And you are, if you're like me watching that match, after that second equalizer, you're at the edge of your seat, because you don't know what's going to happen. And that's the thing about this World Cup so far. You never know what is going to happen. You think you know. You're going into every match with a informed prediction, if you will, based on information and based on history. You think, okay, this team is going to beat that team. This team is going to draw, whatever. But every match has you on the edge of it. Almost every match has you on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen. And when Argentina finally scored the winning goal, which eventually was an own goal, you would think that, oh, that's a crusher. But no one was thinking that. Even though Argentina scored the third goal, they were thinking, oh, let's see if Cape Verde is going to equalize for a third time and force it to penalties. And everyone thought that way, because Cape Verde kept pushing for the equalizer. Argentina was actually on a back foot after scoring the third goal. So respect to Cape Verde. Once again, obrigado. Hey, Cape Verde, you are the success story of this World Cup. You may not have advanced. You may be out of the World Cup, but you know what? You go out with your heads held high. Hold your heads up high. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Respect to you. And in a Liverpool way, you never walk alone. You walk into the sunset with your heads held high, with pride. And I believe I speak for everybody in the world watching you in this World Cup. Let's hope we get to see you in the next World Cup. Let's hope so, because you truly deserve to come back to this World Cup and do this all over again. Respect to you. Obrigado, Cape Verde. But that being said, let's talk about Argentina, in particular, Lionel Messi. I ask you, chat. if you're watching this video, did you notice a change in demeanor for Lionel Messi in this World Cup? It seems like Lionel Messi is actually playing with house money, if you will. It's like he's playing with as though he has nothing to lose. And to be honest, the more I think about it and the more I see him play, right, I think that's his mindset. I'm only speculating that that's his mindset because when you think about Lionel Messi's resume, even before coming into this World Cup, the thing is that guy has done it all. He's won it all, pretty much, right? The last World Cup in Qatar was supposed to be his last one. He wasn't supposed to even be in this World Cup. So when he comes into this 2026 World Cup, he came in with he did not come with a chip on his shoulder. He came very relaxed, and I think it's this relaxed mindset of Lionel Messi that has contributed to all these records that he's broken. I mean, when you think about it, his first game, a World Cup hat trick, equaling Miroslav Klose's goal tally in the World Cup, all-time goal tally in the World Cup. Second game, he whacks it out, he blows it out of the water, 2 goals. The third game, he came on as a sub. You usually don't let Lionel Messi come in as a sub, but they did, and he still scored from a free kick. And this match against Cape Verde, he opened up the scoring and he played the entire 120 minutes. Yes, there was a scare when Argentina conceded. He gone back to goat mode, Lionel Messi goat mode. But aside from that, there's like he's playing like with house money. He's so relaxed. So I think that mindset could be a benefit for Lionel Messi as he continues this tournament, because especially with the round of 16 and whatnot, I think he, if he carries on at that time, I think Argentina could win, not easily, but I think with this like relaxed Messi to lead the team, I think they could go to the final. They might even win the whole thing. They might go back to back World Cup winners, and then Messi can really stamp his status as the greatest footballer of all time. You never know. Now let's shift gears to the round of 16. We're starting tonight or later on today, depending on your time zone. We're starting off with Canada again. They started the round of 32. Now they're going to start the round of 16. And they're going to go against Morocco. I think this is where the host countries are gonna be tested. Not I think I know they're gonna be tested. Morocco is not gonna go down without a fight. Obviously, Canada, the host country, is not gonna go down without a fight. I believe it's in their home country. Canada is the host, or they'll play in Canada against Morocco. But I think this could be the end of the journey for Canada, sadly. I think Morocco will go to the quarterfinals. After which, Paraguay versus France. Now, again, this was supposed to be Germany versus France. France is supposed to have a challenger in Germany, but Germany messed up in their penalty shootout. Now France is going to have not easy because anything can happen, but I think they're going to be okay dealing with Paraguay. So I think France is going to go through. And then going on to the next matches, the main marquee match I think in this round of 16 will be this one, Portugal versus Spain. This one I'm not going to predict because it's too hard to predict. I think this could go to penalties. No, I'm actually going to predict. And I hate to say this, if you're a Ronaldo fan, please cover your ears. But I think Spain will go through, but just barely. I don't know if it's going to take extra time or penalties, but this could be a small margin. And then the fourth one will be USA versus Belgium, host country versus Belgium. I think, you know what? This is where I think I want USA to go through. I want USA to go to the quarterfinals, and I think they got the squad to do it. But Belgium, they again against Senegal, they had to fight back. But USA, I don't think they're gonna mess up. So I think USA will go through. And then at and then you have let me see what are the rest of them. Let me see. So we have the next one. I think is Mexico, England. Sorry, Brazil and Norway. Yeah, Brazil, Norway, Mexico, England. So Brazil versus Norway. Ooh, Haaland versus Vinny Jr. Well, Brazil Norway is not an easy match either. But I think Brazil. My prediction, just Brazil, and then Mexico versus England. The third host country against England. I'm a bit biased with I'm a bit biased towards England. I have to admit. So I want England to go through, but Mexico is going to give them the ultimate test in this round of 16. So Brazil and England to go through, and then finally, obviously, Australia. Sorry, not Australia. They're out already. Argentina will go against Egypt. Now this is another one: Messi versus Mo Salah. Now this is something worth watching. Uh, but I think Argentina will be going through to the quarterfinals, where they will face either Switzerland or Colombia. I think this is tough. Switzerland or Colombia? Probably Colombia. But this one might be another one of those extra time because you can't really predict an outright winner even if I want to. And of course, and I say again, anything can happen in this World Cup. So those are my predictions. So to go through the quarterfinals would be Colombia versus Argentina, Spain versus the USA, England versus Brazil for the quarterfinals, and then the last one obviously Morocco versus France. And that's Morocco versus France. I think that should be the rematch of the last World Cup semi-final between them two. So this is gonna be again we're in the halfway mark. This second half of the World Cup is gonna be. We want it to be just as exciting as the first half. That's for sure. Now let's wrap things up with the transfer market. I've been talking about so much about the World Cup. I haven't got the time to really talk about Liverpool's transfer market. Long story short, we've signed Victor Munoz from Osasuna. We actually stole him from Newcastle. Are we trying to create a new rivalry with Newcastle? That's my question. Especially when we're going to play against them in opening day of the new season. First, we last season we stole Ekatike and we signed Isak from them. Now we sign Victor Munoz. Like, who the hell's next? You know what I mean? But I think we did lose the race for Yan Diomande. And to be honest, I'm not. I mean, it would be nice to have him in Liverpool, but over £100 million for a 19-year-old, I don't know. I honestly think it's a bit too much to ask. So I'm not as hurt as some other Liverpool fans will be that we didn't get to sign Yan Diomande. But now this opens the door for Bradley Barcola. Bradley Barcola is, I think, it could be a better option for over Yan Diomande, even though PSG is asking for what £130 million. I can't remember the amount. It's also a 9-figure transfer fee, but Bradley Barcola, I think it could be an option. There was an article from Team Talk. They report that Liverpool have a 6-man shortlist, and at the top of that is, listen to this, at the top of that shortlist is Captain America Christian Pulisic. I don't know where this came from. All right, Christian Pulisic to Liverpool. He's 27 this year. He's currently playing very well at AC Milan. He has won trophies with Chelsea, obviously, right? Do I mind? Am I okay with Christian Pulisic coming to Liverpool? Surprisingly, I have no issues. If Christian Pulisic wants to come to Liverpool, okay, okay, works for me. He's still a good age at 27, right? And he can play the left wing and the right wing. He could be a starter. Obviously, he's not Mo Salah. He's no Mo Salah. I don't think there's no right winger I can think of that can really say they will fill Mo Salah's shoes in the first season. But a, a quality of Christian Pulisic's, I don't mind it at all. I still want Jared Bowen. I still re-emphasize my own top target is Jared Bowen because he has the Premier League experience and he has the he's like he could be a mentor to a lot of players at Liverpool because they're all still young, you know. So, but Jared Bowen, Christian Pulisic, you had Victor Munoz already, him and Rio Ingamoa, Cody Gakpo, who by the way, condolences to his family for the loss of his girlfriend's unborn child. So Cody Gakpo is most likely staying, you know. But I think we got a good attack force. Let's not forget Verse and Isak. Now that they're out of the World Cup, they are coming back to training early. So I think the team cohesion could. This is a good time to build Liverpool's team cohesion under Iraola, our new head coach. And so I think in terms of the transfer market, I think because the World Cup is going on, so I won't focus too much on the transfer market. I'll update you if there's any like major Liverpool news that I think is worth updating you. Keep a lookout for my new uploads of videos or YouTube shorts. Just so that I can update you accordingly. On a last note, if there's any team to look out for in this transfer market, it's Tottenham Hotspur. Where did all this money come from? How do you sign Matheus Fernandes and Sandro Tonali for a combined £183 million? Last season, it was Liverpool splashing the cash. And this time round, it's a team that finished 17th for two seasons in a row. 2 years in a row. They finished 17th in the Premier League. And now they're splashing the freaking cash. And not just splashing the cash any old how. They're signing really good players. Sandro Tonali has been the cog in the Newcastle machine, and Tottenham are signing him for £100 million. And from West Ham, Matheus Fernandes is an up-and-coming player, and Tottenham managed to snag them from Manchester United. In fact, both of these players, Matheus Fernandes and Sandro Tonali, they got snagged by Tottenham from Manchester. As in, Man United have been targeting those two players, and Tottenham Hotspur managed to snatch them away. That's crazy. Tottenham Hotspur's transfer business has been really, really crazy. Not to mention they signed our left back Andrew Robertson on a freaking free transfer. They're playing one game a week, by the way. Look out for Tottenham. Look out for Tottenham. I know a certain Jamaican brother. He knows them way there. Ain't that right, expressions? Ain't that right, blood? You know them way there, fam. Well, that's all for me right now. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. This has been a World Cup recap. I'll see you on the next recap, probably at the end of the round of 16. But always, if you always like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell button so that you know that so you know when I update you on the latest World Cup activities and on the latest transfer window. Until then, see you in the next one.